Hello, my name is Susan Aaron, and I've been working in the field of emotions for over 20 years, and I want to share some of that knowledge with you here today. Now let us examine the first problem associated with anger, and that is anger being associated with violence. We're going to do this in the form of a skit, and this skit has the following 4 characters.
I'm angry and I want to express it somehow.
I'm violence. I want to do harm. I want to do damage. I want to hurt somebody.
I'm suppression. I don't ever want to express my anger. I wouldn't possibly take the risk of hurting someone. In fact, I believe you should bury it deep inside. And I'm not angry. I'm fine. Why would anyone think I'm angry?
I'm self-care, and I'll do what I need to do to take care of myself.
Notice that anger is the only emotion present. The other characters are behaviors. Anger is always expressed with one of these behaviors. Let's see how anger looks when it is hooked up with each of these behaviors. First, we will look at anger when it's expressed with the behavior violence. I want to encourage you all to breathe during this because this can be very triggering. What I mean by that is it could remind you of past experiences of unhealthy anger.
I'm angry and I want to express it somehow.
So you're angry,
Yeah,
are you?
I am.
Let's go
Okay.
punch that son of a bitch in the face. Let's go
Okay.
kick down
Yeah.
the door
Okay.
or smash
Yeah.
a window.
Okay.
Did you notice how violence draws the power of the angry energy and directs it towards violent behavior? Now let's see anger when it's combined with the behavior suppression. This is often what people will choose if they've had unpleasant encounters with violence. But ask yourself, is this really a better choice?
I'm angry and I
won't let you be angry. You might hurt someone. I think it's better to keep it buried deep inside. We're not angry. We're fine. We're just fine. In fact, we're happy. Aren't we happy? We're just fine.
Hopefully you can see that suppression is not a healthy option. Now let's see anger when it's combined with the behavior self-care.
I'm angry and I want to express it somehow.
You're angry?
Yeah,
You want
I
to
am.
get that out?
Yeah.
Would you like to play some tennis? You want to try some tennis, hit the balls?
No, last time I'd done that, I just broke the tennis racket. It's not good for me.
Okay, what about some journaling? Would you like to journal?
No, because I'm so mad now, I just probably ripped the pages abroad, eh? Like, just too much energy there right now.
What about speaking to the person, Tom?
No, if I do that, I'd probably do them more harm because, like, I'd be real nasty and they don't deserve that.
Okay. Would you like to get the anger out on a tackle dummy?
Yeah,
Wanna
that'd be a
try
good
that?
idea. Yeah.
Okay, 1 second. Okay. What I'd like you to do is keep your feet on the ground, make fists, keep your eyes open. Imagine, Tom, that somebody's behind you that you're angry with. You're not going to hurt them. This is not violence. This is about putting your anger on here, not on them. Okay, so when you're ready, you go ahead.
Oh, you're not going to do that to me no more. I've had enough of that. That's it. It's finished. Whew.
Take a breath. How do you feel?
Feel pretty good, actually. Feel the energy left there. Probably could go speak to them now without doing them any harm and clear the issue. Yeah, I feel pretty good.
Great.
Yeah.
Did you notice the difference between the emotion anger and the behavior violence? Well, anyone who's angry has a choice between those 3 behaviors. Now, why would you choose anything other than self-care now that you know what self-care looks like? Some people worry that hitting the tackle dummy is being violent, but let me explain to you what violence is. Violence is harm done to self, harm done to others, or harm done to the environment. Violence can be any or all of these. According to this definition, hitting the tackle dummy isn't violence. Doing harm to self, you can't do harm to self by hitting this because it's padded, it's well protected. You can't hurt yourself on this object. Harm to others, when you do this release, you do it under a supervised, trained professional. So they're not going to be frightened or upset by it. If you did this release in front of people and you used abusive language and you were threatening and frightening people, that would be violent to others and harmful to others. But we're not doing it in that manner. Also, when you're hitting the tackle dummy, you're not imagining that you're hitting a person. This is really important. You actually have to imagine that the person is beyond the tackle dummy. The person is over here, and you're hitting the tackle dummy and addressing your rage and your anger at that person, but the thrust of it comes on the tackle dummy. So in that way, you're not harming others. The third aspect, harm to the environment, if you were breaking dishes or punching the wall or something like that, that would be hurting the environment. You can't hurt this. It's designed to be hit. Hitting the tackle dummy is hitting an object that was designed for this purpose. No harm is done. This is one form of healthy release of anger and is to be done in a therapeutic context with trained professionals. It is not the only form of angry expression, but it is an excellent form when there is a buildup of unexpressed anger and there's a large charge or energy that needs to be looked at in a safe way. There is a connection between suppression and violence. These two are caught in a vicious cycle. Violence is expressed, followed by remorse and guilt. This inspires the behavior suppression. We can only suppress so long before violence leaks out or bursts out. Since the person doesn't know how to express the anger in a healthy way, the cycle repeats itself. People who lead with suppression behavior are trying to avoid violence, but it usually slips out in hurtful comments, sarcasm, or misdirected anger at others. They don't know how to stop the cycle, so they suppress harder and feel more remorse at the outbreaks of violence. This does not stop the cycle. Anger with self-care is the only other option. The best time to learn about anger is not when you're angry. In the heat of that angry moment, you can't think, you can't learn new skills. The best time is when you're calm and grounded and relaxed, and then you're learning something new and you can take the knowledge in because you're in a calm, receptive place. So basically, you need to learn about anger when you can take the knowledge in. You have a healthy option in a difficult moment. Understanding anger can have a huge impact on someone's emotional, physical, and spiritual health. So I'm hoping this video has helped you in some way to understand and appreciate anger to a better degree. Do not try these releases unless you have the support of a qualified, trained professional.